So I'll just run a job which is bound to fail for the purpose of this demo. Okay. So before I start, let me ask a simple question. What happens when a Databricks job failed today? An engineer typically spends 3 to 4 hours reading logs, tracing through code, writing a fix, testing changes, and finally opening a PR. The time also depends on the problem's complexity. Sherlock does the triage automatically. Sherlock is an AI root cause analysis service built on LangGraph. It has two pipelines: a manual pipeline that has to be triggered manually, and a job monitor pipeline that runs autonomously on every Databricks failure. So I'll go to job monitor. It is loading all my projects. While it's loading, I'll explain the architecture of monitor pipeline. So we use Databricks Job's REST API and monitor every Databricks job every 5 minutes. If any of the job fails, we catch that error and we do two things parallelly. First is we search for similar past issues in a vector database. So if you find any similar past issue, that is sent to the debug agent and to check if the fix is still applicable. That reduces the LLM token cost. Second thing is we clone the repo and extract all the wheel files. So all these three things, any similar past issue if found, the entire code base and the error are sent to the debug agent. Uh, Debug agent, routing agent, and PR agent will be explained more in more detail in manual pipeline. So for now, debug agent has several tools. It can which helps him navigate through the code base, if required, do the web search and all those things. So it uses these tools till it's confident about the uh, cause of the error. So once it has the RCA, that RCA is sent to a sandbox node. So in sandbox node, the agent tries to create at least one test case per suggested fix, and we execute that in Databricks workspace to create exact runtime behavior. So once we have the sandbox results along with the RCA, those are sent to our evaluator agent. Evaluator agent does two things. First, it evaluates the RCA, also taking sandbox uh, results into account, and second is routing. So if let's say the issue was in a code base and the RCA evaluator is quite confident about the RCA, it has confidence of more than 75%. So the suggested fixes are sent to the PR agent. PR agent creates those changes, commit changes, creates PR, and send an email notification. Let's say if the issue does not exist in a code base, it's a dataset issue or uh, infrastructure issue. Then in that case, a PR is not really needed. So only a suggestion is sent along with which team can help us with the error, like the data DE team or operations team, something like that. So let's okay. I have all my projects loaded. There are more than 12 projects with more than 500 Databricks job. I'll open Portfolio Plus. So it's fetching all our onboarded jobs in this project from Azure SQL. To I can also see a number of active jobs 14. One of the job has issues. The Databricks pad token is expired. I can click and renew pad. The GitHub token is healthy. I can add new pad token and renew and resume. To onboard a job, we need to give following details: job name. This can be anything which helps you remember the job. Then the Databricks workspace URL, job ID, GitHub repo URL, Databricks pad token, GitHub pad token, branch where the code sits, and list of notification emails as who will get the email when a particular job fails, and a sandbox cluster ID. This is a Databricks cluster ID which we are requesting here. So if you give this, the suggested changes will be tested in a sandbox environment, or else they won't be. They'll directly go to evaluator agent. So the cluster can also be added later if you want to. Okay, and okay, I have an email from Sherlock at the This is the job which I ran just at the start of this demo. So before I could even finish explaining how the monitor pipeline works, it has already caught an error, diagnosed the cause of the error, made the changes, created a PR, and sent an email notification to me. I can open this on GitHub if I want to, or else I can go to this job. The job was, I think, Sentinel testing, so I can go there. It's loading all the runs. Here you will see all the failed runs which were analyzed by the uh, monitor pipeline. You can click on this one. We can see root cause, confidence score, explanation, suggested fix, proposed code change based on the suggested fix. The confidence score is given by independent evaluator agent. More on this on the in the manual pipeline, and view PR. So every PR has three things: what was wrong, what changed, and how to verify. This will help both the person who's going to approve your PR and you to verify the PR, and also the code diff. We can open it on GitHub, or we can close PR if we want to, if you are not convinced with the PR. Let's say we have some follow-up questions. You can also go and click on continue in chat here and ask those questions here. I can ask anything. I can see the first message will be from agent in if a PR was raised, and that will be the PR summary. So I can just say explain the error. So now it is again cloning the workspace, because after the monitor pipeline is done with the work, it erases the workspace. So it does not take that much memory. We'll start with the manual pipeline. because once you know how the agent thinks, the autonomous pipeline is obvious. I would need an error here. I'll just paste it from a failed run I have ready. So it's a simple error. I should have been using json.loads here, but I'm using json.load instead. I'll paste it. We'll also need the repo URL. So I'll paste that, and the branch where your code sits, I'll paste that as well. And pad token with access to the specific repository. You can add extra context if you want to, like the package versions or the DBR version, cluster version, or any information that might be important for the agent to know. So I'll go and click on analyze error. So we can see what was happening live using server sent events. So it was the cloning repository is done now. It's investigating the code base. It's searching for a pattern. The debug agent has 6 tools. It can search for a pattern. It can list files in a directory. It can read content of a file. It can run Python commands. It can extract wheel files, and it can also do web search if required. So we can see it's now again searching for some pattern search for json.load. So once this RCA is ready, a second independent LLM scores the diagnosis based on 4 parameters. More about that we can see once the RCA is ready. Okay. So here I can see error, root cause, a confidence score, explanation, affected files, suggested fix, and proposed change based on the suggested fix. So we can see the confidence score here is 97%. So the LLM grades the RCA based on 4 parameters: evidence, alignment, fixed specificity, and consistency. And it also gives this reason as to why this RCA deserves this score. We can also see other metrics like number of files verified and number of tools called. So 3 tools were called, and notebook.py was the only file that was verified. Okay. We can also see the code diff is accurate. So let's say you are for some reason not convinced with the RCA, or you have some follow-up questions to ask. You can go ahead and ask them in chat. So this chat session is specific to this error only. So uh, okay, I can ask something like, explain the error. The chat agent is same as a debug agent, so it has access to those 6 tools, and it's not going to answer from memory. It's going to use those tools and verify whatever he wants to for your query. So if the state of your code base has already changed and the change is implemented, it will tell you that the change is implemented now, something like that. So okay, we should have a response now. Yeah. So I can see findings from actual code in the same file. Explanation of the error returns a JSON string. JSON.load is for reading JSON from a file-like object. Okay. If you have more follow-up questions, you can go ahead and ask them, or else click on this generate PR button. So the PR agent has 3 tools. It can list files from a directory. It can read files, and it can write to those files. So this can take 1 to 2 minutes. For the demo purpose, I'll show you an old PR. So I can click on view PR here. So this is how PR would look. Files changed, the diff, the description, PR title, branch name. I can go ahead and open it on GitHub. So the PR description is mentions what was wrong, what was changed, and how to verify. This will be useful for you to verify, and also for someone who's going to approve your PR.